I don't know. I don't know that either.
This is a very emotional moment for me because 20, 30, 40 years ago, I bought this dress. Now, you might be asking yourself, how did she know? How did she know that she would need this dress 40 years later? I don't know. And what if we didn't know? I once heard a famous American writer, Ta-Nehisi Coates, taking questions from an audience. How can we be more accurate and honest in the teaching of history? They asked. I don't know, he said. How can we encourage our children to be more optimistic under the current situation? I don't know that either. And then someone asked, how can we communicate with the generations? To which he replied, how would I know that? Just because I spend time thinking about one thing doesn't mean that I am knowledgeable about all things. And then he laughed. "65 years ago, I was pretending to cook supper on the porch while my mother was cooking in the kitchen. I set the table with child-sized plates, forks, knives, and spoons, and I put on a pot of beans on my child-sized stove. When dinner was ready, we sat down at separate tables in a perfect parallel. My mother looked out the window, and I looked out across the porch and saw a flash of lightning. Afraid of storms, I quickly helped myself to beans, and that mouthful changed everything. It summoned a tempest in my mind that crashed onto the porch, demolished my little table, and filled my tiny plates with drenching rain and sorrow. How could I not know? How could I not know that my attentive imitation and thorough imagination wouldn't be enough? How could I not know that my little stove wouldn't cook the beans? And what if we didn't know? What if we didn't know the fiction, the fact, the physics? What if we didn't know? What if we didn't know the path of the storm or the habits of bad men? What if we didn't know how to dress, how to catch the bus, how to read the writing on the wall? What if we didn't know how to wait, how to sidestep? What if we didn't know how to repair, how to shelter, how to restore? What if we didn't know how to repair? What if we didn't know